Okay, so we are back. This is part two of the Fathi's Concoctions, tuna and rice. Now, we got it to a nice crisp. As you can see, it's just kind of crispy there. Okay. Now, that the food is actually crisp, the next thing that you're going to want to do is find a nice container. Okay. You know, take your tuna and rice. And a bowl is preferable for this, okay? And again, I cannot emphasize enough that this is all dependent on what you personally prefer. So, you don't necessarily have to prepare it this way, but I personally have found that for me, doing it this way, just it tastes better to me. Okay, so we have that down. Now, next thing we're going to do, okay, is we're going to cut up a little bit of jalapeno here. Now, this is one of those things where I said that, this isn't something that you actually have to do yourself. You can get like a pre-made if you want. Jalapenos don't cost that much. You can get some fresh jalapenos for, you can get like 3 or 4 of them for like $1. It's pretty cheap. So I'm going to take this up. And if you do choose to go this route, you're going to want to dice up the jalapenos as small as you can possibly get them. Okay. Now, part of the reason that I add the jalapenos in is because I like a little bit of spice with my food. And also, this kind of introduces a little bit of a vegetable into a dish that is primarily the starch in your rice and the protein with your tuna. And as you can probably guess, tuna and rice does not have a lot of side dishes that would really go with it. Now, this of course is just my opinion. That is not to say that there isn't anything that you could put with the tuna and rice or have on the side, but I personally don't think there's anything. I haven't really thought of anything myself that would go with it as like a side dish for vegetables. You do not want to put too many jalapenos in there. And of course, anytime we deal with jalapenos, we want to wash our hands. If there's any children viewing this, just to reemphasize, if you have not already been told, when you are dealing with fresh jalapenos, you want to wash your hands the second that you are done with them, and make sure that your hands are good and washed. Because believe me, the one time that you forget and you go to the bathroom, you will never, ever forget to wash your hands after cutting jalapenos again. Now, the next thing, and again, I cannot emphasize enough, this is all about personal preference. Now, you can use mayonnaise, okay? I know some of y'all find that gross. Ew, it's mayonnaise. Or you can use Miracle Whip. I do know someone who was introduced to this dish that actually chose not to use the Miracle Whip or the mayonnaise. So, again, personal preference. For me, I'm going with, because of the size of the bowl, I go with 2 tablespoons of the Miracle Whip because that's what I have. Let's see. And I'm going to stir this in just to see how it kind of comes out. I'm going to put in a little bit of sriracha here. Your average bottle of sriracha will run you between $2 to $3. You can generally find it in the around the Asian food. It's sriracha. Okay, we're gonna mix the sriracha in. Now, I don't really like the way that's looking, so I'm probably gonna add one more. No, I think I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely right. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do after we put up our condiments is to eat this. Now, you can eat it with a spoon, which some people may, but the preferable way to eat it, to where you really get that full filling, you're not eating up all of the tuna and rice, so you're kind of making food last, but you still are full, is you want to get either, depending on your personal preference, you can get some regular loaf bread to try and eat the tuna rice with. I'm going to pull out one piece here to kind of demonstrate. I'm going to go with the butt. Or, my own personal preference is a nice flour tortilla. In this size bowl, we're going to say 3, because I can always put one back. Alright, so when you eat it with just the bread, what you're going to do is you're going to take the piece of bread, you're going to put it in the bowl, pull up the rice, like so, and then, and that's how you would eat it with the loaf bread. Now for the tortilla, it's going to be basically the same. You're going to break off a piece of the tortilla, so. Okay. You're going to dip the tortilla into the tuna and rice. Lift it up, as such. Okay. And then, perfecto. And that is the end of the second part of the tuna and rice video. Now going backwards, remember, when you are doing the tuna and rice, after you get done getting that little bit of crisp on the tuna and rice, you want to let it sit for a minute so that it has time to get nice and thick. I'm Fathi. This is Fathi's Concoctions. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this particular video, go ahead and most importantly, more than anything else, hit that subscribe button so you can catch more videos. Thank you.